What is up, Hybrid Beasts? It's Bob here with the Hybrid Beast program, and today we are doing another True Fan Tuesday. This is the day where if you ask me a question that's a little bit more thought out, a little bit more in depth, I will give you a more thought out, in-depth answer. Today's question comes from TM, which I appreciate because TM is a name that I can pronounce without embarrassing myself or insulting you. Thank you very much, TM. You're doing God's work here with this screen name. Bob, if trying to gain a lot of muscle, do we use goal body weight in that situation for protein amounts? I eat mostly close to zero carb for health reasons. Okay, so if he's eating like close to zero carb, he's basically on like my low carb cutting and bulking diet, okay? And I don't really have people bulk on that diet. You're either cutting, okay, trying to maintain muscle, increase strength, but at least maintain muscle while you get lean as fast as possible. Now, when you are as lean as you want to be, okay, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm not too fat. I'm talking when you are as lean as you want to be, then you maintain. Now, there are two types of maintenance, okay? One type of maintenance is maintenance with the intention to get leaner, okay? The other way is maintenance with the intention to get stronger or larger muscles, okay? So there is no such thing really as bulking, okay? So like I said, a lean bulk is basically just a slight variation of maintenance. Now, the thing is this, okay, if you're trying to gain a lot of muscle, it's not going to happen. What happens a lot, and the reason why I don't believe in bulking, is because you think you're going to be spinning your wheels, okay? I am not getting any bigger. It's been 2 days. Oh my God. Somebody tells you in the gym you need to bulk, and next thing you know, you gain 10 pounds in a month. Check this out. If you are coming from ground zero, you have not been eating right, you have not been training, you have virgin muscles, you're younger, or you have good testosterone levels, okay? Basically, you have the newbie gains before you, okay? And you do everything right. You go from a bad place to a perfect diet, a bad place to a perfect training routine. You can perhaps build, if you are very lucky and very gifted, 10 pounds of muscle in a year. Now, 10 pounds of muscle in a year is not even 1 pound of muscle for 12 months. It's less than a pound of muscle a month. So that's basically comes down to, let's call it a pound of muscle a month. It's less, but let's call it a pound of muscle a month. That's basically a quarter of a pound of muscle per week. Less than that, but let's make it easy for the math here. Are you really going to notice if you gained a quarter pound of muscle in a week? You're not. There's no way in hell that you're going to be gaining like 1 or 2 pounds. What is it? 1/4 of your body weight or 1/4% or whatever of your body weight. There's no way in hell you're going to be gaining 1 or 2 pounds a week and have it muscle. Okay? So it is imperceptible, the amount of muscle that you build. What happens is you start off, and then a year later, you see somebody who hasn't seen you in 12 months, and he's like, holy shit, you're like 10 times the size you were last time I saw you. And you get accused of using steroids, okay? But in reality, you don't notice the difference day to day, week to week, even month to month, okay? So bulking is only a way to appease somebody. It's only a way to be like, oh, look, you've gained 10 pounds. Yeah, none of it's muscle. Moreover, if you bulk and you gain fat, it covers the muscle you have so you cannot see it. So even if you do gain 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 pounds of muscle in a year, if you gain twice, 3 times as much fat, an equal amount of fat, you are not going to be able to see the difference. You're going to be bigger. You're going to take up more space in the world. You're going to wear larger clothes, but you're not going to be this chiseled Greek god because even with 10 pounds of muscle more, you look half as big as you did before when you were lean and you could actually see the muscle separation. Remember, muscularity is not who has the most muscle. It's who has the most muscle and the least body fat, okay? So what you really want to do is basically eat around your maintenance. Like I said, maintenance is either maintenance with the intention to reduce body fat, or maintenance with the intention to increase muscular size and strength. Now, if you want to maintain and lean out a little bit, basically you eat at maintenance, but you're a little bit hungry before your meal. Like you're not really, you're always getting a little bit hungry, then you eat, you feel good. Getting a little hungry, eat, you feel good. So you're basically on like the low side of maintenance. Now, if you're going to eat to improve, like build muscle and strength, you're not eating big to get big and stuffing down donuts or even steaks and eggs. You're not eating a lot. All you're doing is making sure that your hunger is completely satisfied when you eat and that you don't really get hungry in between meals. You should be a little hungry before your meal still, even if you're trying to build muscle, but it's not like throwing on the food because this is how you're just going to get fat and you're going to look like shit and you're not going to build any more muscle. Okay. So basically, you just eat around maintenance. Make sure you're not starving ever. Make sure you're not hungry after your meal. Make sure you're not that hungry before your meal. And you just concentrate on getting stronger. Okay, so let me tell you this. You're not going to notice if you gained a quarter of a pound of muscle a week, but you will notice if you go from week to week, month to month, and you get stronger. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're getting stronger, whether you do body weight calisthenics, weighted calisthenics, powerlifting, whatever you do, if you're getting stronger, you're not losing muscle. There is a point where you're getting stronger, where you're just getting, like your nervous system is getting better at firing your muscles and you get better technique, fine. But in general, you're not, if you're getting stronger, you're certainly not by any means losing muscle, and you're probably gaining muscle. So that's how you judge it. Did you build muscle? Well, I benched, 135, and now a month or two later, I'm benching 155. Yes, I must have built muscle, okay? And once again, you can see the muscle because you're not getting fat in the process, so every single ounce of muscle is visible through the tiny little layer of fat you have, okay? So what I'm basically saying here is, he's asking, should he eat more protein, basically, than his current body weight? Okay, and I've addressed this in like every diet that I've come up with. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Okay, when you start off a diet, you figure out, or for one-on-one, I figure out for you how much protein you need. Okay, so let's say you're taking in, 1.5 grams per pound of body weight is what I usually have. So let's say you gain 10 pounds over the course of a year, okay? 10 pounds times 1.5 grams per pound. You need, after an entire year of busting your ass, good genetics, perfect diet, perfect environment, perfect sleep, perfect everything, you gain 10 pounds at 1.5 grams per pound. That's 15 grams of protein. That could be a mistake. Like if I don't, if I put a tiny little bit more protein in for like all of my meals in a day, I'm probably more than 15 grams of protein over, okay? So it's not really that big of a deal after an entire year. So basically, there are a couple things you can do. If you want to increase your protein to your goal body weight, let's say you weigh 190, and you want to go ahead and add an extra 15 grams of protein and set your protein for 200, fine. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But at the end of the day, there's also nothing wrong with eating, protein for a 190-pound person. And, like I said, it's like you're not going to gain so much weight so quickly, okay? And that's another reason why I'm a big fan of having so much protein. I mean, there are a million different reasons, but one of them is, 1.5 grams per pound of, goal body weight. Like if you're as lean as you want to be and you just want to get bigger, that's plenty of protein, okay? Like if you weigh 180, that's like, 270 grams of protein. Okay. Now, if you want to shoot for 190 because that's your goal body weight or that's your next step, fine. Instead of having 270, have 285. But like I said, it's not really that big of a difference. In general, okay, set up your protein for your current body weight, your leanish body weight, and set up your calories for your leanish body weight. Normally, I like to drop the calories low and slowly increase them, okay? So you come out of a cut and you get to your maintenance calories, okay? And like I said, if you're starting to get hungry, in between meals, or if your meals aren't satisfying you, then you start to increase the calories a little bit. But the calories are going to come from fat because you're not eating carbs. Your protein is set already. All you can do to increase the calories is add more fat. So anyway, that was my long drawn out True Fan Tuesday answer to this. It don't really matter. Gain 10 pounds. It's only going to be a 15-gram difference. You can go ahead and set your protein for 10 pounds heavier if you want. If not, set it for where you're at. It's not going to make that much of a difference. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.